Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Pat Flynn Show. This will be a quick hit episode. I want to share with you the primer workout for our upcoming 300 Swings Challenge. As those of you who have been paying close attention know, we are about a week away from our 2021 Summer 300 Swings Challenge. We typically do 2 300 Swings Challenges per year, often at the top of the year, and then one more around summertime. Occasionally, we'll squeeze in a third. One question I have that is pretty common regarding the 300 Swings Challenge is how often can you do this? Some people want to know if you can do it just year round, the 300 swings every day for the rest of your life. I don't know if you can do that, but even if you could, I don't think you should, and I certainly don't think you need to. The way I see the 300 Swings Challenge is it's a powerful short-term push, right? It's a good way to boost the metabolism, to really master the fundamental nuances of the kettlebell swing, to build some lean functional muscle, to increase your power, to bulletproof your hips, your back, with good technique, of course, and to engage in just a sort of fun, community-based challenge. For those of you who've done the 300 Swings Challenge before, we have an incredible community within the Strong On world and beyond, who come together and just do a bunch of swings for 30 days. So, that is the 300 Swings Challenge, right? We do 300 swings for 30 days, 300 kettlebell swings every day for 30 days. And what I'm going to share with you here is one of the primer workouts. So if you've never done this before, this will be a good introduction for you. This would be a good routine to do a couple times leading up to the official challenge if you're not already taking part in that. And yeah, what do I want to say about that? Well, if you're not already registered for the official Summer 300 Swings Challenge, the 2021 version, you can do so at chroniclesofstrength.com/summer 300 swings. Now, this is for seasoned veterans and beginners alike. Remember, every 300 Swings Challenge has all new workouts. So I designed everything from scratch. And you might think, oh, but 300 swings, right? All new workouts. How does that make sense? Well, here's the key for the 300 Swings Challenge. Yes, we have a daily target of 300 swings, but we don't do 300 swings exactly the same way every time, right? So to make sure that we're optimizing efficiency and to make sure that we're not just being stupid, there's a structure to the entire program. So sometimes we use density sets. Other times we spread the volume out more. Sometimes we go heavy. Sometimes we go light. Other times we use different swing variations. So the end target is always the same, 300 swings. But how we get there often varies immensely. Sometimes we'll do staggered sets. Other times we'll do ladders. Sometimes we'll do every minute on the minute set. So there's actually a ton of variety within the 300 Swings Challenge. So that way we're manipulating different variables. We're manipulating intensity. We're manipulating density. But even though the target of 300 reps stays the same, we're getting there in different ways to really emphasize different physical attributes. Some workouts are really focused on developing power, others on muscular endurance, and some are pretty light and recovery based as well. So not every 300 swings routine is super hard and super heavy. So we have this sort of fluctuating intensity throughout the challenge to make sure that you get the best results in the least amount of time, but also that you stay strong, you stay healthy. So it's not, I can't emphasize this enough. When it comes to 300 swings, it's not some random haphazard, just do 300 swings however you want. Now, occasionally we do have what's called a kind of a free day. And a free day is where you can do it however you want, but those are fewer. Most of the days are structured. I give you a specific way to get your 300 swings, as we will see here in just a minute with the primer workout. And oftentimes we have some auxiliary bodyweight exercises built in as well. So the whole thing is it's periodized. It has a structure. It's planned out. It's systematic. It's not chaotic. It's not random. So that's why it's really important that you actually follow the programming. So that way you not only get results, but you don't, it's a lot of swings, right? So we want to be careful about how we're doing our swings. We want to be intelligent about it. So all new workouts for the summer iteration. So whether you've done every 300 swings challenge before, since like 2011, 2012, when we first launched this thing, this one will be fresh and new. Or if you're a beginner, then good news, we have a ramp up program as well. So, all right, those are just some initial announcements. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Say hello if you're joining in on the stream, what you've got in your cup. I've got some hot bean water. and then we'll talk about this primer workout. So we begin our official ramp up protocol on Wednesday, and the official challenge starts on the 28th. So I recommend that everybody takes part in the ramp up program. Even if you've been doing swings for a while, it's always good to just kind of get your hips reacclimated to the higher volume swings. So that'll be landing Wednesday for anybody who is already signed up for the challenge. But this primer workout is for anybody. So maybe you're on the fence. I don't know if I want to do the 300 swings challenge. It seems like it could be pretty intense. Try this one out. See what you think. And I think you'll love it. Most people who do this challenge really enjoy it. They get awesome results, and then they can't wait for the next one. Hello, Steve McGrath from Ireland. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers. Daniel from North Florida, cheers to you. Phoenix, Arizona, Everett, cheers to you. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Do me a favor in the comments. Let me know if you've done 300 swings before. Let me know if you have a favorite 300 swings routine as well. Share that around. All right, let's get to it. I told you this would be a quick episode, and I mean that. Here it is. Here's the primer workout. So if you're on my email list, you would have already seen this, but this will give you a sample of things to come of 300 swings. So I'll have the image over at chroniclesofstrength.com on the show notes after this episode if you just want to download it. It's very simple. You should be able to memorize it. Now, this is a structure that Dan John uses a lot in 10,000 swings, and it's sort of an escalating swing structure. And so we kind of, every set adds a certain number of reps, and you'll see this throughout the challenge, and they vary in exactly how they ascend. But this one will have a structure of 3 different sets of kettlebell swings for every block. And actually, it'd probably be best if I just talk through the whole thing, then I'll explain the details. So here's how this works, right? You're going to start with a set of 10 swings. And then we're going to pair it with presses. So this is kind of a cool routine because we have an auxiliary exercise here. We got a bonus exercise, and you'll see that throughout 300 swings. Is we'll often have these sort of auxiliary exercises in just to make sure we're getting good general physical preparedness. So generally, the swings will go up in this as the presses go down. So here's how this works. You'll start with a set of 10 swings. Then you'll do 5 presses. That's 5 on your right, 5 on your left. If you want to do double press, that's fine too. It doesn't matter for this one. But some type of press. So set of 10 swings, 5 presses. Then you'll do a set of 15 swings and then a set of 3 presses. That's 3 on your right, 3 on your left. Then you'll do a set of 25 swings and then a set of 2 presses. And that is 2 on your right, 2 on your left. Okay. Now this is actually a push-pull 300 swings routine. So what you'll do is if you do the math, if you're a numbers person, you'll realize that you have to run through this scheme 6 times to get the 300 total swings. So that's how that works, right? You have to run through this scheme 6 times to get 300 total swings. But what you will do is every time through, or I should say every other time through, you will swap presses with pulls. All right. So the first time through, you'll do 10 swings, 5 presses, 15 swings, 3 presses, 25 swings, 2 presses. Then, rest a little bit. That's fine. Not in a rush here. And then what you'll do is the second time through, you'll do 10 swings, 5 pulls. Now, what could you do for pulls? Well, if you want to do pull-ups or chin-ups, that's fine. Otherwise, I would recommend bent over rows. You could do single arm bent over rows, double arm bent over rows, some type of pulling variation. So whether it's a vertical pull or a horizontal pull, that I leave up to you. Personally, I really like just doing chin-ups for this routine, but bent over rows are just as fine. So the second time through, you'll do 10 swings, 5 pulls, 15 swings, 3 pulls, 25 swings, 2 pulls. All right, great. And then you just go back to presses. So for round 3, you'll do 10 swings, 5 presses, 15 swings, 3 presses, 25 swings, 2 presses. Round 4, back to pulls. Round 5, back to presses. Round 6, back to pulls. So at the end of this workout, you are going to have not only accumulated a tremendous amount of swing volume, you're going to have been training power, strength, endurance, heart's going to be pumping, get a good full body workout, great sweat. You'll also have a dang good upper body push and pull strength routine as well. So I think that's one of the really cool things we do at the 300 Swings Challenge is, yes, we do a lot of swings. The swing is the focal point. It's the center of 300 Swings Challenge. And by itself, it's amazing. But we also make sure that you develop really strong general physical preparedness by building in these other types of exercises, mostly kettlebell, some body weight. It's all kettlebell and body weight. So you don't need anything aside from kettlebell to do the 300 swings challenge. And what you realize is a routine like this is this alone would get you in dang good shape, right? So you use a decent weight for the presses, and you work some heavy pulls in there too. You have an awesome upper body push-pull routine and a phenomenal 300 swings workout as well. So if you guys like that, do me a favor and hit the like button and share it around, and let me know your questions and comments. And we'll hang out for a few more minutes here. That's it, right? So 300 swings, simple on paper, sexy in execution, right? So if you do this routine, I think you're going to realize that this is a real burner. But it's also, it's reasonable. This is definitely doable. Now, in terms of weight, let me answer that question first. Generally for this routine, I would recommend somewhere between a 20 to 24 kilogram for most men, and somewhere between a 12 to 16 kilogram for most women. Now, if you're totally new starting out, adjust the weight according to your experience level. If you want to use a 16 starting out as a guy, that's fine. Maybe you want to use an 8 starting out. For the ladies, that's fine too. So, always common sense rules apply. If you're new, adjust the intensity appropriately. But the kind of, I would say, general target range weight for this routine, given the rep scheme here, would be somewhere between a 20 to 24, maybe even a 28 if you're pretty strong and maybe a bit huskier for the men, and around 12 to 16 for the women. Now, that's, we get pretty high with our swing reps here. Remember, the top of the swing range here is 25 reps. So you want to make sure that you're using a weight where you can still stay like punchy on that 25th rep. So even if you typically do sets of 10, say with a 32, I wouldn't necessarily recommend using that for this workout because we push the rep range so much higher. So I think around 20 to 24 kilogram is a sweet spot for this. And then if you use a 24, that's probably going to work well for the presses for most guys there too. And same thing, ladies, if you're using around a 12 to 16, that's probably going to fit really well with the presses and pulls in here also. So what I'm saying is in most cases, you'll probably be able to do this entire workout with just one piece of equipment, just one kettlebell. So I see some questions coming in here. I'll tend to those in just a minute. But let me just reiterate one more time the routine so you have it in your mind. You got to do 6 rounds total. And the scheme is this. You're going to do a set of 10 swings and then hopefully like immediately 5 presses. Try and sandwich that. And then, rest as little as you need, but as much as you have to get to the set of 15 swings. And then 3 presses after that. And then again, rest as little as you need, but as much as you have to get to 25 swings, and then 2 presses after that. That's round 1. Now round 2, it's the same scheme, but you switch pressing with pulling. Whether you want to do chin-ups, pull-ups, or bent over rows is up to you. And then you keep alternating between the pressing, the press pairing with the swing, or the pull pairing with the swing until you've done 6 rounds total. And once you have 6 rounds total, that is 300 swings. You're done for the day. You're good. Go for a walk. Don't go sit down. That's something I always recommend after you do a bunch of really after you do any sort of intense exercise. I don't think it's a good idea to just go sit down. Do some type of active cool down. If you can do a 20 to 60 minute walk or hike or ruck or something immediately after this, that's going to be tremendous for overall health, mobility, fat burning, and all that as well. So that is the routine for you, my friends. This is the primer workout. Now, again, not only will this give you a good taste and would this be good prep leading up to the official 300 Swings Challenge, but if you are a total beginner, I would recommend starting with maybe just 4 rounds of this. Don't worry about hitting the full 300 swings. Even 4 rounds is going to be pretty smoking, and I think you're gonna dig it. So let's go to some questions now. Let me know what you guys have, and we will jam for just a couple minutes. And then I have to go to the gym and start doing some of my swings. P3 says, I love the start-stop swings. Could barely do 200 when I started and finished day 30 from 26 minutes to 13 minutes as fast as possible. So I'm going to take it that is the results that you've gotten from a previous 300 swings workout. And if so, that is pretty awesome. Pretty fantastic. So the start-stop swing, for those of you who are unfamiliar, is you'll see this swing variation within 300 swings. So we do use different swing variations within the challenge and throughout the challenge. The start-stop swing also goes by the name power swing, and that's when you just park the bell between every single rep. So every rep, the bell comes back to the ground, you re-hike it, and you swing it again. Now that's an awesome variation for just kind of power building. It really kind of shifts emphasis to the anterior chain. It hits the quads really hard too. And it helps you to really pattern a good start and finish to the kettlebell swing. And this is so important, right? I don't want to say very often, but often enough, or more often than should happen, is people will do a perfect set of swings, but then they'll hurt themselves because they don't finish well. They don't put the kettlebell down safely, or they don't hike the kettlebell safely. They hike with a rounded back, or they finish with a rounded back. Don't do that. That's a silly thing to do. Learn to start and finish every set of swing with a strong hinge, with good technique. The analogy that's sometimes given is like, you don't want to go navigate rush hour traffic just to get home and back up into your own mailbox, right? Don't do a perfect set of swings and then throw your back out because you got lazy at the end. Start-stop swings help to really pattern a good start and good finish, right? Daniel says, I've done 300 swings by 30 days once a couple of years ago. Well, hey, man, we're about to start off again. So, join us if you're down. Nico the Greek says, here from Athens. Good to see you, Nico. Iced coffee, ready to rock and roll. Cheers to you, my friend. Let me get my cup here. Cheers. I've just started on my coffee, so sorry if my sentences are a little slow today. I went for a nice long walk this morning, and then came home, had a little bit of iced tea, and now I'm finally just moving on to my hot bean water. Daniel says, are swings generally two-hand swings? In this one, yes. So for the primer workout, we're talking two-hand kettlebell swing. But I would say most of the time we're doing two-hand swings. But in a 300 swings challenge, we have different swing variations. So we do one-arm swings. We do start-stop swings and power swings. And we got a few kind of other cool swing variations that we throw into the mix as well. But unless said otherwise, the default is two-hand swings. So in a 300 swings challenge, I'll always notify you if we're doing a different swing variation. But if it doesn't have that qualification, then you can assume it's just standard two-hand kettlebell swing. So good question, and thank you for that. Baker says, hey, from England, watching with a cup of tea. Lovely. What is my the tea that I used to love so much I haven't had in a while? Poo Air tea. Poo Air tea. Thank you for reminding me to go back and revisit my favorite tea from the days of past. Be curious what you're drinking, though. Tochter, if I'm pronouncing that right, says, greeting from Stuttgart, Germany. Never done the 300 swings challenge. I might change that. Yeah, well, hey, give the primer workout a shot. See what you think, and hop on in if you want. So you have till the 28th. That's our official kickoff. We are doing the ramp-up program starting Wednesday. So on Wednesday, I'll be sending 3 sort of ramp-up workouts for anybody who's already signed up. And I recommend doing that even if you're, even if you're already doing a lot of swings. It's just good to just kind of, ease into the challenge a little bit. Because I'll tell you what, I don't care how good a shape you're in. If you haven't been doing high volume kettlebell swings and you do day one on 300 kettlebell swings, it's going to bite. It always bites. And it's that special kind of bite, like right between the thighs. It's the kind of bite that you feel when you're walking downstairs. It's a very special kind of bite that the kettlebell swings give you. I know you guys know the bite. All right, 1 or 2 more, guys, and then I got to go do my swings. Hopefully the primer workout is clear and accessible, though. Luca says, hey, Pat, how many days per week is the 300 swings challenge? We do it every day, my friend. 300 swings a day for 30 days. Now, people say, wow, that's a lot of swings. And the answer is yes, that is a lot of swings. But remember, we vary the intensity, and how we get to 300 swings differs throughout the challenge. So some days they're not heavy and the reps are really spread out. So they kind of serve more as recovery days and stuff like that. Now, of course, we always encourage people like, hey, if you're really, really beat up, common sense rules apply, stuff like that. Go lighter, break your sets up, cut things down as you need. But generally the program is structured that we can swing every day for 30 days. Some are pretty intense. Some are quite intense. Some are kind of in the middle, and others are just lighter and recovery based. So we constantly get that groove going. But it's 30 days of 300 swings. Let's do Callum here. Callum says, rowing machine for cardiovascular health, ? Probably should run, but I'm too heavy. Yeah, rowing's great. Yeah, absolutely. Callum, you might enjoy the conversation I just had with Mike Matthews last week. check that one out, because we talked about concurrent training and what is sort of the ideal way to combine cardiovascular training with traditional weightlifting. And it's a common question, and there's every reason to do this, right? So the nice thing about 300 swings is you'll get a lot of cardio benefits just inherently in the program. But yeah, whether you want to row, whether you want to do a brisk walk, whether you want to jog, whether you want to swim, all those I think are fine options. I actually like variety for a lot of that stuff, but rowing would be great, man. So I would highly encourage that. Greetings from Germany, says Esser. Greetings to you. Always good to see that the Pat Flynn Show is internationally known. Yorkshire tea for bingers with a dash of full fat milk. That sounds absolutely lovely. And we're going to sign off here in just a minute. Esser says the 300 swings is doing at once or throughout the day. Yeah, that's a good question. So again, it depends on the day. So sometimes for the 300 swings routines, we will have, it'll kind of be like this primer workout where we'll get all of our swings done at one block. Other times, however, we will do some swings at some times throughout the day. So that's kind of a neat thing that we do, is sometimes we kind of break up our 300 swings and spread it throughout the day. So the answer to that question is, it depends. It depends on the day. So, all right, that should do it, folks. That's your primer workout right there. So I want you to get at this. I want you to know, I want you to let me know how it goes, so go do it. Go do it right now. Go do your 300 swings. I'm going to head to the gym, and you should too, or your garage or wherever you work out. Crank this out, then leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of it. And if you're not already signed up for the 300 Swings Challenge, here's the website to go check it out. And I'll tell you a couple of reasons why you should. So it's chroniclesofstrength.com/summer300swings. chroniclesofstrength.com/summer300swings. And you should do it. You should check it out, because if you sign up before we officially kick off, we have early discounted registration. So you save, I don't know, like $12. You save a little chunk of money, but it's worth it. You get the ramp up program if you sign up early, and you get a week of bonus workouts. So it always pays to sign up early for these types of challenges. And that's the website to do it. It's a great deal for all the programming. It even comes with a nice, simple nutrition plan. So if you want to try and dial in your nutrition, if you have a body composition goal, you're going to find that really helpful. So thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoy this free sneak peek, this free primer workout. Give it a shot. Let me know how it goes in the comments, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode. Adios.